hopeful to squeeze out some for at least a portion. Friday to you. This one feels as though it's been a long time. Guys, it's been a long day to some nice 60s for your weekend. A little frost, but sure is going to rule, and we're going to see the 80s. We're going to see the 80s in the viewing area next week. Glad to pass that along to you. We're going to have to jump right into headlines tonight because we have a great deal to cover, a great deal of which coming from the McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting last evening. A lot of big projects, a lot of big announcements. It felt as though it was Christmas time. More so it was election time, I think. But nevertheless, we'll share some good news and all that came out of that meeting in just a few moments. A few other important reports. Let me make one quick announcement on the heels of some other good news to share, in the respect of having good news to share. We have been, since consolidating here and purchasing the Sagersville Independent, working on having one website, a very functional, up-to-date website for both. And we've been meeting with developers, and as of today, know what direction we're heading, and very soon we will be able to, of course, keep you up to date online and on your device very easily. You'll be able to find both Your News Today and the Sagersville Independent and all the news therein on one simple-to-find location. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am to announce that. We'll be working with that company very closely and have more on that later. One thing that you're also going to be finding in the paper and online, because there's so much to get out there, on the theme of having our historical section in the Sagersville Independent Weekly, our new edition, well, we have come across an absolute treasure trove of information on a historical side. Newspapers from the Sagersville Independent from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, very well preserved, and just going through the few that I have thus far has simply been a wonder. And the stories that we're going to be able to share with you out of those, and the look back that we're going to be able to do nightly and weekly, it's just excited to no end to be able to bring those to you, and we're going to start that very soon. Right now, let's go on to a few other quick headlines before we get to the local ones. A fatality on the Mountain Parkway earlier today. Moorhead Post of the KSP says they were notified about a crash on the Mountain Parkway in Powell County. This was a single vehicle collision. We know that the Stanton Fire Department first responded to the scene. Udella B. Gabbard, 78, of Boonville, was traveling westbound on the Mountain Parkway when she lost control of her vehicle before noon today and then entered the median, striking a culvert. Her vehicle overturned. Miss Gabbard was pronounced dead at the scene. And two Eastern Kentucky schools being locked down earlier today for two separate and unrelated incidents. One in Floyd County, where a fatal shooting took place. A man tried to break into a residence there, and he was shot and killed. 37-year-old Michael Adney was shot after he tried to break into a home this morning in the Weeksbury community of Floyd County. South Floyd Elementary had to be placed on a temporary lockdown as a precaution. There were no other circumstances that arose other than the shooting. Adney's body has been sent to Frankfort for an autopsy. And in Johnson County, W.R. Castle had to be placed on a temporary lockdown after two inmates returning to the Big Sandy Regional Jail from Lawrence County Court escaped custody, but have since been apprehended. Johnson County Sheriff Dwayne Price tells us that two inmates did escape. One was caught soon thereafter. The second two has been arrested. Steve Meeks to the right of your screen and Justin Harless to the left. Both escaped around 1 o'clock today. They escaped from a transport van near the W.R. Castle Elementary School on 23. They were actually returning back to jail after being in court in Lawrence County. The school, as I said earlier, was placed on lockdown briefly, but then returned back to its normal schedule. Both men were considered dangerous at the time of their escape. Meeks was actually in the Big Sandy Jail on robbery in the first, fleeing or evading police in the first, wanton endangerment of a police officer in the first degree, being a persistent felony offender, and other serious charges. A 61-year-old from Lawrence County is back in jail, as I said, as is 29-year-old Justin Harless of Lawrence County. He was in jail for being in possession of a handgun by a convicted felon and a probation violation. We'll be right back. McGoffin County headlines start right after this. Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
Right now at Gateway Motors in Sayersville, John Harris will double your down payment up to $1,000 and guarantee you $1,000 minimum on any trade you can push, pull, or drag onto the lot, and you can call and get free quick credit approval before you get there. And roll all of that into some outstanding deals like this 2011 Kia Sorento. This is a third-row vehicle with navigation, heated and cooled seats, all-wheel drive, $11,900. This 2011 Dodge Caravan books for almost $12,000, $89,995. This 2012 Chevy Captiva, only 80,000 miles, only $89,995. This 06 Tacoma, great miles, books for almost $11,000, $89,995. And check out the deal on John's personal driver, this 2011 Veracruz all-wheel drive, third row, nav, sunroof, heated, cooled seats, $11,900. Find them all at Gateway Motors in Sayersville or call 349-CARS. Ashley Salyer is a Democrat candidate for PVA, and Ashley understands hard work. Her dad has worked running heavy equipment and as a union carpenter. Her mom works in the meat department at the IGA. Her grandpa Johnny Salyer was a coal miner. Her grandpa Robert McCarty was a carpenter and a farmer, and her family taught her the value of hard work, which helped her become an attorney.
Since becoming an attorney in 2012, I've worked hard to represent the interest of my clients. I think it is important to elect a PVA who will be an advocate for and represent the interest of the citizens of Magoffin County. If elected, I will use my knowledge and skills as an attorney to try to convince state officials to keep our assessments and property taxes as low as possible. I'm Ashley Salyer, a Democrat candidate for PVA, and I would appreciate your vote.
Hey folks, Big Tony here again. I want to ask you for your support on May the 22nd. My message is the same. In order for our county to move forward, we must stop the dirty political games. Change starts with elections. Without fair elections, we can never get the change we need. The clerk is the head election official in the county, and if elected, I will ensure political fairness. You each have my solemn promise that my office will be ran with efficiency and kindness to all who visit. I'm asking for a chance. My name is Big Tony Allen, and I want to be your Magoffin County clerk.
Hello, Magoffin County. As county judge, I will be there to serve all of you, and I will not care whose sign you had in your yard. If we are to succeed, we must come together as one Magoffin County, because a house divided cannot stand. I will work with and support our magistrates, and together we will ensure our county roads are repaired, and we will set a budget that lowers the amount of taxes you send to the county. My full-time job will be county judge executive. There is just too much to do, and being a part-time judge won't get the job done. I will represent you with professionalism and integrity, and I will aggressively promote our county, bringing in much-needed jobs and increasing tourism. Election day will be here soon, and I'm asking for your vote and support so we can make Magoffin County a better place to live, work, and raise our kids. Thank you.
I'm going to break down last night's Magoffin County Fiscal Court meeting tonight into 3 different segments. We'll talk about the Kentucky Wired Project and a contribution to the Ramey Park. We'll also talk about bridges which are going to be replaced or repaired, paving. The South Magoffin community getting some long-awaited news and support from the Fiscal Court. The Fiscal Court also set annual salaries for elected officials, their deputies, and assistants. One, which doubled. There was also some other significant things that took place from the meeting. We'll begin with a presentation on the Kentucky Wired Project and specifically what it entails here in Magoffin County. The meeting began with a ceremonial reading and signing of a proclamation recognizing the month of May as Older Americans Month, recognizing our seniors' contributions and raising awareness to the issues they face while offering appreciation and support to them. From there, the Fiscal Court approved some more support, this in the form of $10,000 to the Ramey Park, and then a Miss Holly Hopkins Scoville, the Manager of Government and Resident Relations as it pertains to the Kentucky Wired Project, updated the court on its progress. The Kentucky Wired Project aimed at getting internet to everyone in the state of Kentucky. Scoville explaining that when this project began, Kentucky was nearly last, 48th in the nation in regards to the number of people that had access to internet at their home. Kentucky went to 36th in the nation just 2 weeks ago, and she says that Kentucky will be first in the nation when this project is completed.
There are other states that have fiber across their state. We're very different, and what makes us different is this. This is the large backbone. This is 244 strands of fiber optic cable. To do the entire state of Kentucky today would take these 2 strands. That's every home and every business that's located in the state of Kentucky today. What the Commonwealth has done is this is the middle mile. This is the backbone of the project. We are going to all 120 counties with this. You all will actually have what we call a lateral that is coming off the large backbone, and EKN will be doing your work for that lateral. Half of this service will be government-to-government services for state offices. So if your clerk's office is located here, they will be receiving that work. The DVLLC will be doing the inside work for that inside the building, as far as bringing the cable in and connecting it. The outside work, what I was talking about, the lateral, EKN, is we are working on existing poles. 90% of this project across the state is going on poles that are already existing. The remainder of the underground work, the less than 10%, typically happens inside of a city. We do have a little bit out in the rural, but we can go underground up to 60 feet, and we can go under full roadways. So in this, the government-to-government services I talked about are only half of what's going in on your wire. The remainder of this is an open access network. And what that means, and this is what makes us very different from any other project that's out there, any ISP provider can attach to this backbone and provide fiber to the home or fiber to the business projects for you all. One of the things that can happen off of this, a lot of people talk about towers and wireless. Those towers actually attach to something. They can attach to this and their service. Off of this network, you can actually microwave out 3 boxes off of this and still provide service. So in some of our rural areas where it's not feasible to actually run the fiber, you can still get service out to them. So each community will make their own decision on what's going to happen as far as coming off of the backbone. It could be that EKN is looking at running your all's fiber. That's a discussion you all would need to have with them. There are some communities that are actually looking at doing this themselves. Again, that's a discussion you all would have to have. There are cities that are doing this, there are counties that are doing this, there are groups that are going together. That part, this is the backbone you can attach to, and you have to be an ISP provider to do that. And you can register with the KCNA in order to become an ISP provider.
Scoville also says that if you have any questions at any point about the project as a consumer, if you will, or a landowner or otherwise, you can go to kywiredproject.com. You can find links there to leave comments or ask questions. There are also phone numbers that are listed as well that are a direct connect to her. She also says that crews will be in Sagersville, McGoffin County over the course of the next several months. She also says that our area is among the very first to get the service. A completion date for the entire project, she says, has been listed as July of 2020 with the goal of having it done before that. Foothills Communications brings you the latest in fast fiber internet for home, business, or gaming. HD digital TV with DVR, pay-per-view, and all the favorite channels you're looking for, plus crystal clear communications. Customize your experience today and become a platinum customer simply by signing up for FiberNet phone and TV and save at least $10 off your monthly bill. The world awaits at Foothills Communications and foothills.net.
One candidate for McGoffin County Judge Executive brings years of employment and work experience to the table. With decades on the job, hundreds of employees, and modest to multi-million-dollar projects. And now he is ready to make his next investment into McGoffin County.
I've never seen myself as a politician, but I've never seen times when jobs were so important to the people of McGoffin County. Please vote Rondell Reed for County Judge. Thank you.
Catch the early spring specials before they're gone. A new shipment of mowers, push, rear, and all-wheel drive walk-behinds, trimmers, air compressors, power and hand tools, and more. Plus new shipments of guns and ammunition every week. And don't forget, they'll always loan you cash today on anything worth $1 at Parkway Gun and Pawn. Donnelly's does oil and fluid changes, brakes, suspension, wheel alignments, and more. They've got thousands of tires in stock every day, and they won't be undersold on any tire they sell. They've got 6 months, same as cash, and over 37 years of service to the viewing area. With no appointment necessary, or you can call 297-2424. Your single largest investment in life is most always your home. And whether they're necessary or optional, a weekend project or a major renovation, we can help finance your home improvements and make your vision a reality. Spring is here and summer will be before you know it. So it's time to get ready, get set, and improve with Sayersville National Bank. Call or drop by the main or branch locations today.
Hello, my name is William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for McGoffin County Sheriff. With the May primary election just around the corner, each of you will have an opportunity to cast your vote. Simply put, this is what you can expect from me. I'll be a working sheriff. I will respond to calls for service. I will work traffic accidents, and I will conduct criminal investigations. I will have an open door policy, and I will be available to speak to anyone that comes into the sheriff's office. I intend to be proactive on drugs. Our office will conduct quality investigations so that we can prosecute drug traffickers in state and federal court. In doing so, we should be able to reduce the burglary and the theft rates in the county. Now, it's not enough to go after the street dealer. We have to go after the supplier. Now, that's the only way that we're going to make any kind of advancement in this. I've also discussed the possibility of developing a task force with the surrounding counties so that we can combine our resources to combat this drug problem. Now, if you're ready for a change, I would be honored to have your vote. My name is William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for sheriff, number 3 on the ballot, but number 1 for McGoffin County. Thank you very much.
In this portion of last night's McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting, the budget, bridges to be repaired or replaced, blacktopping, and some long-awaited news for the South McGoffin community. While it did feel more like Christmas time during portions of the meeting, it was, more aptly election time. But good news nonetheless for several projects, including good news for these folks who worked very hard for a very many years to build more infrastructure, if you will, in regards to facilities and amenities in the South McGoffin area. Going on to budgets and bridges and roads, they approved the first reading of the fiscal year 2018-2019 year budget. That will, of course, give them the opportunity to go over and analyze before approval of the budget in the second reading. They also approved some leftover flex funding, says the Judge Executive, which will be available to blacktop or resurface 1.02 miles of Buffalo Road in McGoffin County. And he also listed, I believe, 6 or 7 bridges up for repair or reconstruction using an 80-20 match in funds.
I'd like to make a motion that we enter into an agreement with the state to do bridge agreements 80-20 for Roger Arnott Road, White Oak, Cheap Cemetery Road, Laurel Branch, Charles Bailey Road, and Stevens Fork. We have these already engineered out, and we need to do this in order to send them to the state to access 80-20 money. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion been made second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay.
And on the topic of bridges, Hardin made a motion to put a list of bridges in McGoffin County, a total of about 36, if I'm not mistaken, on the State Bridge Inspection Program list. If they're not on that list, they would not be eligible for repair or replacement by FEMA or state or federal funds should they be damaged or destroyed by flooding or what have you. Later, some big news for the South McGoffin community activists and all of those who reside in that portion of McGoffin County. The organization has been active now for years, trying to raise as much money through fundraisers and other events on their own to improve services and facilities in the southern part of McGoffin County using the site of the old John T. Arnott Elementary School. They've worked hard. They've taken the building down. They've had it hauled off. They've had hopes for a long time of some sort of building or shelter to utilize for community events. And we're back before the fiscal court on yesterday asking again for their support in any form or fashion. And we're told that they were going to get not one, but 2 new structures on their site this year and some other amenities.
We just love to show our community some interesting activities this summer. And we would appreciate whatever you all can offer us to help us.
It said to me that you all
We're working hard.
wanting a shelter.
Yeah,
So
we're needing a shelter.
Give you 3 things. One, there used to be a lot of money in the thing called for the Big Sandy, and that's dwindled over the years. And I tried to save that money up, and that's one of the ways we did it. Another part. The second thing, I've been told even in my house that it's time that, you know, doing the one north was nice, but the people in south deserve one too. So I would propose that we do the following. We had the money because of the money left over at the Big Sandy ad that we've saved. That we put an additional picnic shelter that will have 6 picnic tables, 20 by 40, is that right, Max, the dimensions? Correct. And we'll have another grill, and the grill has been very successfully secured at North McGoffin. And then we move directly to South McGoffin. We construct 2 shelters, 20 by 40, with 6 picnic tables under each, 2 grills that will be secured just like the ones in Bloomington, and a waste receptacle. And then we will try to help you as best we can with getting the walking track or however you want it done. You do have some, already have some playground equipment. I think there might be some swings that we need to get. When this is over, I want the same park on the north and the same park on the south. People in the middle, they do have a park. I'd love to have more in other places. So if the fiscal court will agree to that, then what I'm going to do is propose that before we leave here that we should have 2 parks, one in the north and one in the south, and they should be as close as we can to them to be equal in amount of facilities provided. So it's more than what you asked for. You don't get that often ago.
Spring is busting out all over at the seasonal shop. The entire store is filled with their new arrivals, from women's fashion to home decor. Charlie Page and Mud Pie spring lines are filled with gorgeous, versatile pieces with styles to suit anyone's taste, and you don't have to leave town to find something special to wear. They also have a great selection of sandals, bags, scarves, and more, and if you're looking for some new pieces of jewelry to liven up your spring wardrobe, they have an amazing selection. And the kids section is packed with new arrivals. Without a doubt, the cutest line they've ever had. Fun, colorful, soft, and adorable. And home decor is literally wall to wall to wall with gorgeous new pieces to add a personal touch to your home. And remember, they have bridal and baby registry and make custom arrangements and wreaths and deliver locally at the seasonal shop in downtown Zagersville. Attention CDL drivers, Logan Corporation is in need of someone to deliver their beautiful new trucks. Anyone interested can pick up an application at their Zagersville office at 124 Ward Drive off of Parkway Drive. Applicants must have a Class B CDL and, once again, must pick up an application at their Zagersville office. Logan, since 1904.
Appalachian Wireless says no contract, no credit check, no monthly bill. Well, no problem. Yes, Appalachian Wireless is at it again and proving why they are the region's best wireless provider by offering new forward pay pricing. A plan where you can bring in your own device and get 5 gigabytes of data for just $39.99 and unlimited data for just $79.99. Pay up front and get the data and features you want. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Some restrictions may apply. Activation fee is extra. See store for complete details. Unlimited data is loaded 25 gigabytes per month to 512 kilobits for phones and tablets.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
To the fine people of McGoffin County, I want to take this opportunity
to kindly ask for your vote and support on May the 22nd as your county judge executive. I will be a full-time judge who will put the needs of the county first, and I will serve our citizens daily with kind, honest, reliable, and dependable service. I will create an infrastructure board to help bring jobs to our county, and I will help our senior citizens and youth with better services and programs. Our local fire departments and rescue squad need more help, as do our community groups and local businesses. We must work harder to acquire more grants and services and improve our roads and water. You can always count on me on the job and working hard to help McGoffin County progress and grow. Please make sure when you vote on May the 22nd that you cast your vote and push confirm so that your vote will count. Elect Hayden B. H.B. Arnett, number 5 on the ballot, number 1 for the job. Thank you, and God bless.
Some of the last items of business for the fiscal court last evening: to set salaries for elected officials and their deputies and assistants. There was also 3 other topics of discussion, from the county-wide cleanup to the payback of $50,000 to the fiscal court. In this portion of the meeting, the fiscal court had to approve the setting of the annual salaries for all elected officials and all deputies and assistants. The judge went through a list of the salaries for all those employees, and at the end, a brief conversation that would lead to one of those seeing an increase, even though it was still a modest amount. Nevertheless, it was double of the annual salary for that elected official for what that amount has been for many, many years.
Next is to set the annual compensation of elected officials, as well as you have a report before you about the annual compensation of deputies and assistants. Deputy judge, $40,500. Finance officer, $32,500. Administrative assistant, $32,500. Judge executive salary, $32,500. Deputy coroner, $5,173. County attorney secretary, $9,941. Elected officers: coroner, $6,206. County attorney, $27,264. Magistrate, $17,568. Constable, $3,000. Jailer, $34,253. In order, we have to read that, and if you want to raise it, it has to be done by the Monday before the Tuesday primary.
Well, I think we should try to do something for the coroner if there's any way possible.
But I happen to agree with you. I'd like to make a motion that we keep all of these at the same and raise the coroner to $10,000. I don't think we can afford any more, but that's a tough job.
He has to go to, say someone passes or something, and it's questionable. He has to go. There's a lot to it, and he deserves, it's been like this for a long while. If that's all we can get, that's thinking more something like near what the magistrate would got.
Let's compromise and make it 12.
That'll work.
Was kept below forever. Chicago told me he didn't want nobody to run for it. Okay, is that fair?
That's
I make a motion that we accept these as the continuing salaries with that change. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been made second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
3 other important topics were discussed before adjourning. One being that the judge executive informed the McGoffin County Waterworks that they were to repay at this time the $50,000 that the fiscal court loaned them several years ago. The judge requesting that money be returned to the McGoffin County Fiscal Court to, 1, clear up an audit issue, and to 2, allow them to take that money and put it to other and good use. The judge then went on to announce the county-wide cleanup dates for the spring cleanup for District 1 residents. That's the week of May the 7th. For District 2, the week of May the 14th, and for District 3, the week of May the 21st. They are accepting tires that are not on the rims as well. And the judge also announced the recent lighting project, 6 lights which have been placed on the walking bridge or around the walking bridge, I'm not for certain, nevertheless, which have been placed in that area, funding for which was, he said, approved by Governor Beshear.
Hello, my name is Michael Nichols, a candidate for sheriff who has worked very hard and who will work even harder to fight the single largest problem that we face. From domestic violence to burglaries, robberies, shoplifting, DUIs, assault, child abuse, and neglect. Almost 100% of all these cases are directly linked to drugs. For years, it's been pills. Today, it's overwhelmingly meth and heroin that's destroying our families and the lives of our children. I have worked many long hours and fought extremely hard to take drugs off the streets and to protect Sayersville and Magoffin County. My record also proves that much more can and must be done. And I am willing to dedicate everything that's within me to see that it is. We have got to have a change. Vote Michael Nichols for your next Magoffin County Sheriff. Number 4 on the ballot. Thank you, and God bless.
Hello, Magoffin County. I am Rebecca Becky Allen. I am running for Magoffin County PVA. I've been a public educator for 17 years, earning both bachelor's and master's degrees. I am also the co-owner of my husband's logging business, J.R. Allen Logging and Farms. As an educator and business owner, I have learned a great deal about fairness, equality, and commitment. Serving others, regardless of who they are and where they may have come from, is what I do and who I am. If elected as your Magoffin County PVA, I promise to be honest and keep assessments fair for all. I will conduct myself with integrity and a commitment to the people of Magoffin County. I have several action plans to make maps and other documents more accessible to our citizens. And as your PVA, I will work hard to implement these changes. This year, exercise the right that our forefathers fought for. Vote. I am number 1 on the ballot, Rebecca Becky Allen, your Republican candidate for PVA.
Spring is finally here. Things are growing, things are blooming, things are turning green, and some pollens are already at moderate levels, and the rest of the over 200 out there are surely quick to follow. Don't get down and out this spring. Get ahead of pollen with everything you need at Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville. All right, let's wrap this one up on a high, and I've misspelled Melanie's name. Well, I'll probably repeat this one again Monday, but let's just say happy birthday, Melanie. I don't know who Melanie is, but I don't have Melanie's last name. It wasn't attached, but Melanie, happy birthday to you. My apologies for getting your name spelled wrong. My goodness. Nevertheless, from a whole lot of family and friends and your mom, happy birthday to you. And I'm sorry. Chara Arnett, 9 years old, and love Mommy and Nanny and Poppy and Mama and Papa. Happy birthday to you. All right, let's get through a couple of events happening this weekend real quickly. I'm out of time. The North Magoffin Fire Department is having their Community Appreciation Open House tomorrow, starting at 2. They hope to see you there. A big meal planned. They just want a big crowd to come by and say thanks for all that you do to help support them and all that they do. District 3 Fire Department is having a big fish fry tomorrow. Yep. That's right. Starting at 11 in the morning, fish fries, slaw, hush puppies, and a drink, just $7. And it's a great meal, a great deal, a great cause, great all the way around. Hope you can join them too. And if catching your fish is one thing that you'd rather do instead of eat it, well, you like to do both. You can't do both at the same time tomorrow necessarily. But the Mason's Bass Tournament is tomorrow. They'll start at 7 on Paintsville Lake. That's right, 7 o'clock, bright and early, for the Sayersville Masonic Lodge Annual Bass Tournament. And tomorrow night, if you've got some time, a great event. Go over to the Paintsville Country Club, the fundraiser for Whiskers or Wags, the Johnson County Animal Shelter. Great entertainment, a great venue, a great atmosphere, great food, a great evening. All the way around, another great thing to do. Tomorrow, 6 to 9 at the Paintsville Country Club. And our National Day of Prayer, we'll talk more about that next week. It's next Thursday, 11 to 1 here in Sayersville. Also, a reminder of funeral services to be held in honor of Bobby Jack Kelsey. This Sunday at 1. Visitation is this evening and tomorrow, and services Sunday at 1 from the Jones and Preston Funeral Home. And lastly, your Licking Valley RECC outlook, high pressure going to finally give us some high temperatures, not necessarily this weekend. Tonight, mostly clear, and 50 tomorrow, 64, mostly sunny. We will see some fog starting off your Sunday, and cooler air down to about 60 for the daytime high, 30 that night, which will give us frost late Sunday and into your Monday, with temperatures taking off from there. 71 and sunshine on your Monday, 80, 84. With sunshine through midweek. Yay! And that is going to do it for what I hope is a beautiful weekend, not just weather-wise, but for you in every other aspect. And we hope you join us back here next week, kicking off another full week as we get into the month of May, not on Monday, but get into the month of May, nevertheless. And we'll start our countdown until the May primary when I see you then. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.